everyone! Today I want to talk a little bit about what is minimalism. I have a video on the differences between the KonMari method and minimalism coming up, but before I put that out, I want to make sure that we define minimalism. There's a lot of different flavors of minimalism, there's a lot of misconceptions out there as well, so let's talk about it today. First of all, if we just look at the word minimalist, I think it's a very interesting label. I think it's a shame that we don't have a better word to describe this movement, because a lot of times when people hear the word minimalist, they think of depriving themselves, suffering, living with almost nothing, and other various negative feelings. Some people think it means living with as few things as possible, even giving up things that you love or are useful just to get down to a very small number. But the truth is, minimalism is not about numbers at all. It's more of a mindset. Moreover, it's not completely about your possessions, that's just one part of it. As I was doing some research for this video, I saw a line that I really liked. It said, "The minimal lifestyle offers minimal rules." And I think that's so important because that means we can take the parts that we like, the parts that serve us, and have fun with it, and we can leave the rest. There are no rules, it's not restricting, and you can make it whatever you want it to be. So today I'm going to share with you some of my favorite quotes I found while I was researching for this video, and I will link all of the names and links of the articles in the description box, so you can check that out. The first quote is, "Have nothing in your house that you do not know to be useful or believe to be beautiful." This is by William Morris. This is one of the first quotes I ever saw when I was looking into a minimalist lifestyle, and it still really speaks to me. I like it because it's so simple. Keep what's beautiful, keep what's useful. Of course, as I mentioned before, minimalism is not all about your possessions, so let's dig a little bit deeper. Joshua Fields Milburn and Ryan Nicodemus say, "Minimalism is a tool to rid yourself of life's excess in favor of focusing on what's important, so you can find happiness, fulfillment, and freedom." So what you don't see in this definition is any mention of material items. They use the word excess, which alludes to the fact that other things, including our time and our thoughts, can be part of this excess. Joshua Becker says, "At its core, minimalism is the intentional promotion of things that we most value and the removal of everything that distracts us from it." I really like this definition because it's all about elevating what's important to us and decreasing what is not. Lori Lee Lippincott said, "Being a minimalist isn't a ticket into an elite group or defined by a number of possessions. Being a minimalist is something that starts in the mind and is driven by intangibles. The visible intangible is only a byproduct of intentional living decisions." I love that quote because, again, it shows how it's more of something that's happening in your mind. The visibles are only a result of a change that first happens in your mind. Okay, the next quote is by Leo Babauta. "Minimalism is living without an obsession for material things." And that's very similar to a quote by Ali, which says, "Detachment is not that you should own nothing, but that nothing should own you." So here we're getting into the idea that it's not about exactly how many things you own, but also how you feel about the things you own. Are you attached to them? Do you have strong emotions towards them or not? He also talks about an interesting misconception of minimalism. He says that sometimes people think it's necessarily monk-like, empty, boring, and sterile. Not at all. Well, it can be if you go in that direction, but I don't advocate that flavor of minimalism. Instead, we are clearing away all but the most essential things to make room for that which gives us the most joy. Clear away the distractions so we can create something incredible. Clear away the obligations so we can spend time with loved ones. Clear away the noise so we can concentrate on inner peace or spirituality, if we wish, on our thinking." Colin Wright says, "It is important to understand that the reduction of physical possessions is often a result of minimalism, not minimalism itself." I like this one because a lot of people, including myself, get into minimalism through maybe just doing a little decluttering, cleaning out a closet, and while that's a starting point, there is so much more to it. I also love this quote by Colin. "Remember that minimalism is a tool like any other, and you shouldn't become dogmatic about it any more than you would about a religion or other philosophy. Take the practices that work for you and help you live a happier life, but leave the others for those who find value in them." So again, we see people reiterating the fact that it's not about the rules. You can make it what you want it to be. Brian Gardner says being a minimalist is a state of mind and not a set of rules. It can actually mean you have more of what you need, are able to enjoy everything you have, and are not worried about what you don't have. I definitely thought the idea of having more of what you need is also interesting. It kind of goes against the misconception that it's about having as little as possible. In an article entitled Consumerism vs. Minimalism, Leo Babauta also said, minimalism is the exact counter to this phenomenon, and for some of us, it's the answer. And by phenomenon, he is referring to consumerism. Consumerism is kind of this idea that we're all going through life just working at a job, getting paid so we can buy stuff, and then it's newer stuff and bigger houses and faster things. And it's kind of a cycle that we all have to be careful that we don't fall into. Minimalism very much can be the opposite, where we're saying, no, I don't need to have more and more. I can be content with a certain number of items, and that might mean working less hours, spending more time with my family, or doing the things I love. Courtney Carver is the creator of the Project 333 Challenge. She says that minimalism can mean a lot of different things for different people, but that minimalists tend to have three things in common: the enough is enough moment, a desire to live with less, and making a decision to change. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It certainly was interesting for me to read from all these different types of minimalists all over the world, to hear what they had to say and how they define minimalism. Definitely check out their articles, which are in the description box if you get a chance. If you have your own definition of minimalism, or perhaps something I missed, go ahead and leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hi everyone! Today I want to share with you my 5 favorite quotes from Marie Kondo's book, Spark Joy. Now, I had read her first book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, when I was still living in Malaysia.